Okay, welcome everybody to the World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Emily Gilmer and I'm a podcast engineer here. Uh, and I excited to bring you another episode of Mastery of Connections with our own Alan Holmes, or MC Holmes, our master connector. That I affectionately like to call him. That we do here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, um, 11 a.m. Eastern. Kind of about making connections, networking, and so on. As Alan likes to say, it's not about me, it's about we. Um, so, with nothing further ado, I'll bring in Alan to kick us off today. So, welcome, Alan.
Well, good morning. Good morning, all. Good morning, Massive Connection. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
All right. Good morning. First of all, I'm sitting out here in Southern California. I want to begin the show, Massive Connections family. Just so you need to please send our prayers to the Pacific Palisades fire. That is, it is about 4 hours for me, but my hearts and souls to the families. Each one of us at Massive Connections, we all about love and honor and respect. So that is kind of with a moving on with a somber heart. But as a massive connections and growing out of Compton, straight out of Compton, and served in the military, we move soldier on. With that said, a lot of times we have amazing guests. We always have amazing guests. But today, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, see, I told you, happy 2025. We're bringing up the legend, the Massive Connections own No Card. You've heard us talk about it several times. Well, we, Emily and Kurt did a little pushing, but hey, I got to give them credit. They were together. We got Rob Pickering on the line, ladies and gentlemen, live. Rob Pickering, the founder, creator, the brainchild behind No Card. Please welcome Rob. We love you. We honor you. Thank you for stopping by. Um, Tell us a little bit about your vision, how you got started, why No Card. Wow, we're just students today. Welcome, brother, from another.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and hopefully you guys can hear me okay. This is fantastic to jump into these shows. I appreciate and humble myself. Alan, thanks so much for having me here. And you have to kind of help keep me in the guardrails. Everyone on this call knows I can roll for a good 4 or 5 hours without taking a breath. So in short. Again, my name is Rob Pickering. I'm the founder of a company called No Card. We are an all-in-one digital social platform out there, helping people kind of take all of their marketing pains and pulling it all together with a simple solution. We know that marketing is a big deal, regardless if you're promoting products, services. What doesn't make a difference what it is. You could be a landscaper, a plumber, a carpenter. We actually have the all-in-one platform to help you go out there simplistically and go out there and expose it. I love the no card program because it gives the little guy a chance to win. Listen, a lot of leaders out there are doing some amazing, great things, and they don't need a push. But a lot of people out there just want to go out there and promote their product. They're not marketers, and they need to plug into an all-in-one solution that they can basically put the product out there and let it share trackability, functionality from top to bottom. We really have all the tools for someone to be successful, and that's really where we put our laser focus on. We do a lot of business in the network marketing space. I'm a huge advocate of network marketing. It's residual income. There's a lot of people that are pushing it. There's a lot of people trying to make extra income at home. We provide the tools for these folks to become successful.
Absolutely. And some of the features that I personally love, now, I'm actually a product of the plant, so to speak. I love the media files, the video files, the ability to engage in offline. Can you share a little bit about how you came up with this concept and what drove you to, with all the different platforms and tools out there, why no card? If I'm a business owner or I'm a solopreneur or just a nonprofit organization, why am I choosing no card to represent my brand, my message, my image?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, and I think that the one thing that we need to just kind of take a look at is is when we look at why no card is a powerful player is we have to get back down to how we're currently doing business today. And you have to kind of think about if you are a business owner. Most business owners will say, I need maybe a website. And I totally get it. Websites have been out there for a long time. Maybe they go on Wix, maybe they go on GoDaddy, they go on to website.com and they set up a website. The challenge with it is what do we do from there? So logistically, it makes sense on paper, but in the real world, it doesn't because you have this amazing, beautiful website and there's no traffic to it. So now you have to pay someone to do search engine optimization. You have to do paid ads. You have to do social media. You have to drive the traffic. So, so this is just one little piece. When you start seeing these things all the way down into social media, we need to understand is a large giant out there, but it's a large giant for the big media players out there. You have to remember that these are publicly held companies. Publicly held companies mean they need revenue. Well, when you're on these big mainstream social medias, you're not paying anything. That means that you are the product. So we need to understand that in order for these platforms to make money, they have to do advertisement, they have to sell data. So again, just understanding their business model. You just have to understand their business model. At the end of the day, what do they want to do? They want to make money. They're not there so much just to assist you in helping getting your content out. That's not how they make money. They make money by selling ads. So what we have is we have an algorithm that just doesn't work. So we kind of fall flat. Even if you have 100,000 people that like, follow, whatever, the likelihood that the medias are going to get you out into the masses are going to be low. The other thing that we really understand in business is trackability. Trackability is really big. My question to you is if you're going to go out there and do something, wouldn't it be great to identify if it's actually working? And I want you to think about it. If you put it on your website, you don't know if it's working. If you put it out there on social media, you don't know if it's working. If you share a video via text messaging, you're not sure if it's working. If I text my buddy Kurt, hey, I'm going to send him something, I don't know if he watched it. I don't know if it's working. So what we're doing is, as business owners, we're also building in the dark. So that's another challenge. And then the fourth thing I just want to hit on is we live in such the far left lane. We're so busy working, 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 working. We forget about production. We forget about how to actually close because we're such touch and go people. Like, all right, he doesn't want to sell, so I need to talk to Alan. He doesn't want to buy, so I need to talk to Emily. And what we forget is building up relationships, and what we forget is the follow up behind all of this activity. So what we call MMA, money making activities. What are you doing every single day, money making activities? And if you can understand psychologically everything I'm telling you, from trackability to follow up to exposure, you can blow up your business. And this is what we've spent an incredible amount of time to make sure that all of this works simultaneously. How can Alan, in 5 minutes, take your product, put it on a platform, literally put it on the platform, and go out there and start to share it? Share it in front of friends, share it in front of family, literally all your contacts in your phone, everything's on a mobile app, even post it out there on the mainstream social media. And the best thing that we do is the minute you start getting activity, here's the secret sauce. The minute someone starts clicking on Alan's videos, the minute people start seeing what Alan's doing, the minute anyone does anything, they're watching videos, clicking on your links, clicking on your no card, they're clicking around, they're checking out everything you're doing. No card in real time, Alan, is alerting you directly on the app. Hey, Kurt is active and he's showing interest. Kurt just filled out a form saying, yes, I watched your video, Alan. Yes, I like your product. And yes, I'd like to have a conversation. I want you to think about this, and I'm going to come up for air. The more that we expose, the more that we share, the greater opportunity that we can win. Do we all agree with that? That makes sense. That's basic math, right? So, Alan, you don't even have to be a salesperson. You don't have to be good at your trade. What you need to do is you need to expose it to the masses because math cannot be broke. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. 4 plus 4 will never equal 7. It will always equal 8. So you have the ability to utilize technology to push to the masses and skyrocket results. The challenge with it is, you ready? Is rejection. People are afraid of rejection today. People are scared to death of friends, family, someone telling them no. And a lot of the reasons why they get no, here's another real power tip, is because we're not respecting the way we do business in 2025. Let me say that again. We're not respecting the way we do business in 2025. 2025 is not a year that you're going to pick up the phone and call Alan Holmes. I'm not saying that we don't have a conversation with Alan Holmes, but if I want to reach out to Alan Holmes, we use technology because I understand his busy schedule. Alan, let me ask you just a real brief question. When was the last time that Alan Holmes was bored?
When is the last time? One more time, my friend. You know.
You're sitting around just bored out of your mind.
Oh, when over the weekend? Well, not
Right?
really, but it's been a while.
Right? So the likelihood that I'm going to pick up the phone and call Alan, call my buddy Kurt, and say, and that the timing is right. It's less than 1%. He's busy, he's working, he's on webinars, he's doing this, he's with his family. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disrupt and I'm going to pick up the phone and say, just barge into his day and say, hey Kurt, can you talk? Okay, let me tell you something that's taboo in 2024. Again, what we do is we utilize technology, we respect, we track. Once we have interest, so we push it out to the masses. Here's the sauce. We push it out to the masses to 100, 200, 300, 500 people. And here's the key. We talk to the people that are interested that want to talk to us. Does that make sense? So what happens is
Makes
the
sense.
technology filters all the no's and pushes all the people up that want to talk to you. And when they identify that they want to talk to you, you shoot a preset message. Hey, Alan, do you have a few moments to chat? The whole idea behind the no card is a systematic way utilizing technology without paying for paid ads in order to reach out to the masses, respect people's schedules, and talk to people that want to talk to you. Amen? That's the
Amen.
key of business of how do we use technology, how do we reach out to the masses, and how do we condense our time so we're spending time with people that want to talk to us as opposed to just barging in and getting rejected as business owners, and it turns us away. And the reason that they do is because we as human beings don't want to be rejected, and no card completely eliminates that. And when I say completely eliminates it, we eliminate it. You talk to the yeses, the technology filters the no's.
Wow. Well, what a great educational lesson you did. Let me ask you, Rob, when it comes to say the individuals that okay, I go to a live event and I still carry the paper business cards, or I'm attached to flyers, or the old school method of things, or I'm all over social media with PDFs. What are some of the features? I know, just want to hear uh, the individual himself who brainchild behind it, this scanning feature, for example, for business card. Can you elaborate on a little bit of some of the benefits of utilizing that part of no card?
Yeah, so one of the best pieces of No Card is that we are a mobile app. And I love the mobile app because we need to understand as business professionals is be able to work on the fly very, very quick. A lot of people are still flinging business cards, and we have to take something, and I mean this sincerely, we have to take something that's useless and make it useful, and we have the ability to do that. We have to still understand, again, it's not about I like or I dislike. We have to understand how to take something like that and turn it for the good. Amen. And the way that we do that is if I meet up with my friend Alan and Alan gives me a business card, within, I'm not even kidding you, less than 30 seconds, my no card, I can hit one button, hit scan, I don't even have to type the information in. I take the picture, it scrapes all the data off of that business card, it confirms it. Hey, this is right, right, Rob? Yes. And the minute I do that, it immediately takes you. Now, follow this. There's a lot that happens. It takes all that information, drops Alan in as a contact, sends Alan my entire note card that gives everything about Rob. So now we're back and forth. And as Alan is clicking around on my note card because he got the link, I can see in real time what Alan's doing. So what we do is our business card scanner literally takes a card, scans it, throws it into a CRM, tracks it, and becomes a contact all within about 60 seconds to make that useless tool highly, highly useful. And that's just one little piece. If I met you at an event, hey, Alan, great meeting you, I would turn my note card and say, hey, do you mind if I just share this with you? Alan goes, yeah. I go in my phone, hit one little smiley face, Share my note card. Alan Holmes phone number. Met him at this event. Send. Alan, listen to me. In 15 seconds, I can walk away. In 15 seconds, Alan has everything about me. In 15 seconds, Alan's in my database tracking in real time. I could go back to my car in an hour and a half and I could see exactly where interest level is with Alan. I could follow up and I can connect. But here's the deal, folks. I'm connecting on what's important to Alan. There's a lot of things that are important to me that may not be important to Alan. And the data that comes in real time off a note card identifies what's important to you. And that's what drives you to a successful close of anything that you're selling.
Wow, wow. And I don't want to hog up the question because I know my get my Kurt from another. He's actually a preferred partner on my no card, and I'm updating it as well. No card 360 we're talking about a little bit. Mr. Kurt, as I when this fly, this bothering me. Anything goes there. Kurt, do you have any questions for what we have the legendary Mr. Rob Pickering here about some of the benefits and features you see in no card?
Yeah, well, for me, I'm here with our Worldability Podcast Network because I really see the role of media. We're in a day where video is so crucial. When you look at the process of know, liking, and trusting, it turns this show, Mastery of Connection, into Mastery of Communication. So that's what I emphasize here is I really see, Rob, what you brought to us here is, people are so busy. You're working with a matter of seconds to keep somebody captivated and engaged. And, Rob, when you brought this to me, you described it as a sticky tool, because people keep coming back to no card, and you designed it all for that. And that's a challenge we have in communications, with our connecting, and you've solved that. So can you speak to that a little bit in terms of, like we use our phones and, we use the tools we use to communicate, whatever platforms we're on. And you really have a passion, Rob, to just help that process. Because when you're sitting at your workstation or you're out and about, you've described how it can be used as an event. So you want to dive a little deeper into that, how you solved when you're trying to do money-making activities, the communication piece of it, when you're alone and when you're with people. Can you describe that?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a fantastic question. And thanks so much for that question. Just to, um, Kurt's such an amazing connector out there, and I love talking to Kurt because I also value your opinion, Kurt, because Kurt really understands technology just for the mere fact that this is what he does. And sometimes we get caught up in older technology, we get caught up in older ways, and I think that that's a large roadblock for many people. Is they believe, well, this is the way I've always done it, so this is the way that I should do it. And at the end of the day, it's not about, listen, all three, all of us on this call, we're belly to belly people. Like, we do really well grabbing coffee with each other, and I totally understand that. But when you're in business, you need to adapt to the generations and who you're actually connecting with. And I think that that's really where a lot of people struggle. Generation X, Generation Y, and the millennials, they do not do this. They were not trained this way. They were trained to be interactive through technology. And we need to understand that as a business owner, if you want to reach those audiences, you have to connect in the manner in which they connect. And um, you look at platforms, and I'm going to go back even 10 years ago. Video was a really big deal. Second largest search engine in the world is YouTube, and I take my hat off. It's YouTube. But YouTube is also condensed itself because their analytics are coming in and they're going, people aren't watching these hour videos. And then you go, all right, well, let's condense them down to 30 minutes. And they're like, people aren't watching these things for 30 minutes. And they're like, all right, well, let's condense them down to 20 minutes. And like, oh my gosh, they're not watching them for 20 minutes. And they're like, all right, let's take them all the way down to 3 minutes now. So now what we do is we have these instant reels and these shorts, because what we're doing is we're identifying that people's schedules are busy and we need to have forms of communication. We understand this. We understand short form video to get people out there, get your message out there. There's two ways. You ready, Kurt? Number one is going to be through text messaging. Text messaging, folks, just so we're clear, is the number one way to communicate in the world. If it's WhatsApp through our worldwide platforms such as that, which just to give everyone a heads up, we have our own built-in messaging, group messaging, instant messaging, photos, videos, and we have people using this all over the world, okay? All on, let me just tell you, on one single platform. And that's how we've been able to do some really amazing things. But getting back to what your question was, is how do you do it? You first have to understand how people communicate. You also have to say, okay, how do I send this message and have a productive strategy? In order to market, you have to have a strategy and you have to communicate to where people are at. I talk to people and they'll go, well, I mean, you guys have drip campaigns. I mean, you guys do like email autoresponders. We don't. Okay. Now, am I against it, folks? Let me just be clear. You can do whatever you want. I have 11 email accounts because as soon as I see email, I got to drop it into some bucket that it's almost like taking my trash out. Is this recyclable? I mean, either way, it's going to the curb. Okay. Either way, it's going to the curb. So, but text messaging, we have statistical data that 97% of text messages will be opened in the first 5 minutes. The other thing is when you have a text message coming from someone that already knows you, it's even higher than that. So we have text messaging, not commercial text messaging codes. When my buddy Kurt sends me a text message, Kurt is in my phone. I know Kurt. Kurt knows me, and his open rate is virtually 100%. What we need to understand, my last thing that's super important when it comes to this, when you ask any business owner, I don't care, salespeople, networkers, anyone, Kurt, if I asked you, where do people get majority of their business? Universally, I don't care what country you live in, where do they get their business? What's the answer? Where do they get it? Where do you get your business?
Referrals.
Bingo. Hey, Alan, where do you get your business?
Oh, word of mouth referrals.
Okay, so we don't get it through social media. So just pause for a second. You mean we're not getting it through social media? That's not our main channel? Then why is our marketing strategies that the world says to go out there and do it on social media when you clearly have told me that's not where your business is coming from, right? Do you get it from your website? No. Do you get it from those business cards we pick our teeth with? No. We get it from exactly what Kurt said. People that know us, like us, and trust us. Listen, there's a nucleus of people that you have met over your 40, 50, 60 years of life. These are people, I don't care if you haven't talked to them in a week or 6 months. Kurt and I, we could go 6 months and I could pick up the phone and I could immediately connect to them. Like we didn't miss a day. Why? Because it's people we know, we like, we trust. Folks, if you are in business, you first have to hit your nucleus. That's the foundation of No Card. The foundation of No Card is connecting to your nucleus first. People that know, like I can tell you, Alan, I got 2,100 contacts, I think, in my cell phone. Do you think I'm going to run out of sending 10, 15 messages a day, rejection free, to my nucleus first? And the reason we do this is because exactly what you said. We get our business from people that know us first. I'm far better to do business with someone that Alan Holmes refers Rob Pickering to than me going out there on social media and talking to a cold lead. Amen? Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So there's a
Makes sense.
psychology behind it of how do we do it? The other thing I want to say is we are the only one, and trust me, we are the only one that have a referral system like the No Card. I can pick up the phone. If I'm talking to my buddy Alan, I go, oh man, you need to talk to my friend Kurt. I can hit my little smiley face. I can hit refer. I type in Kurt. In 8 seconds, you have all of Kurt's information. My buddy Kurt goes, ding, wow, Rob just sent me a referral. Awesome, right? Exactly. And this is what's awesome about it. I say, when Alan agrees to connect, there's a little box at the top that says, hey, are you okay with Kurt reaching out to you? And Alan says, absolutely. Why?
Of
Because
course.
my buddy Rob referred. So it's a permission based. The minute you do that, all of your information goes to Kurt, and now you have a not just a referral and a connection, you have a wanted referral and connection. The probability goes through the roof when Kurt gets on the phone. This is just a small piece of understanding psychology and business of the way we do it in 2025.
Absolutely. Well, Rob, this has been a wonder. We would don't want to kind of give the whole movie away. So we're going to, just as we wrap up here, Kurt, do you have any other final questions, or where other places? Oh, no card may show up on the World of Ability or the Disability Channel. Thank you, Jay Storian, and the Disability Channel, and all of you for being part of this massive connections resource, especially today. So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, if you have an idea, you have a vision. Rob, where I know that I have a no card 360 massive connection, so does Emily and Kurt. Do does anybody out there who's listening, Rob, who can how can they best get a hold of you? I know that's a silly question. I'm a Leo. I gotta ask silly question. What is the best way to get a hold of you, Rob?
Well, one thing is I mean, just so you guys all understand, all these folks here on the call, please reach out to those folks. Maybe you got a message from Kurt. Maybe you got a message directly from Alan. On the top of Alan's no card, on the top of Kurt's no card, on the top of Emily's no card. The bottom line is there's a little button up there that says Get No Card. You want to definitely go through that. It's super important, and it's because we have trackability behind all this, so we know where it comes from. If on this call, please go to one of those folks. We obviously have nocard.com. You can sign up directly on nocard.com. That's KNOCARD, no W, KNOCARD. But please, 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 please reach out to the people who referred you. I'm not sure on this video if there's going to be some links there. Go ahead and click on the link. Doesn't make a difference if you're on a tablet, if you're on a phone, if you're on your PC. Go ahead and click on it. Alan's no card is going to look fantastic. Matter of fact, Alan has an amazing little video coming. I have to deliver your video today. I think our video guys are done. Alan even has a short 1 minute spotlight video, something that we're really putting some serious focus on. It's a 1 minute infomercial of Alan and what he's actually promoting. So it's kind of like when Alan meets someone, he can go right into his no card, send them his spotlight, professional video, B-roll, music, everything, 60 seconds of what Alan does, and take them to the goal line. We do that because video is super big, and it's a really really fast way of a 60-second elevator pitch to go ahead and get to learn Alan. So you're going to find that also on Alan's no card. Alan's no card also has everything about no card because he is a promoter. He loves it. But again, please understand, we'd love for you to guys go out there and share no card when you're sharing your product. My last thing I want to tell you, and I know that we're at the end here, but no card is committed to run alongside of your brand. Amen? Like, I don't care what it is. Let us help you expose your dream and expose it to the world. We are the delivery tool. We're like the Amazon truck. We deliver the message to the front door, right? And we do it really well. So let us help you brand. That's our slogan. No card, promote your passion.
Wow, wow, what a better way. I could not say it better from the founder and creator brainchild. Thank you so much, Rob, for hanging out with us on this wonderful Wednesday Massive Connections. We love you, brother. We love No Card. It was because of Kurt Roscoff that I learned about No Card. So, ladies and gentlemen, I must give her credit where credit is due. Emily, the boss, the legend, bring us home. Where she's hanging out in the back. I know she has a no card, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. Emily, the boss, the engineer, the legend. Closes out, young lady.
So thank you, Alan. I'd like to thank Rob and everybody who has joined us today or has tuned in. Encourage everybody to check out our note cards and social media and so on, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and check out all of the other great partners that we are connected with, like the Australian Disability Channel, our guest hard of Transforming Media, Jack Lane of the Pack Channel, Once We Get Renegade Studios, our Lambs at the Metro Spin podcast. Um, and again, we are here every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central. So I'd love to have you come as a guest to let us know if you are interested. But until next time, hope everybody has a safe and productive week and to stay happy.